Welcome to the Galactic Workshop Level 8, Effortless DNA Activation to Access the Higher Dimensions. I am very, very excited to welcome you all from all over the world. I am super excited. We have people joining us here from Ontario, Texas, California, Australia, New Mexico, and we have a whole bunch more. Scrolling down right now. Virginia, San Francisco, Honolulu, aloha, Los Angeles, Latvia, welcome, Colorado, Ireland, New Jersey, Sacramento, San Jose, California, Philadelphia, Germany, Aruba, please repeat the countries you're from. Brazil, nice. Vancouver. Please type your locations in again. It got lost when it cut off. So I don't remember everybody. Iceland we had here. We have here also, right? Paris, France. Holland, right? The Netherlands. Just type it in again, because I just love connecting you guys right now in this now moment. And when you're watching this later, this workshop right now, know that energy does not know time or space. And so you are connecting with everyone just as if you are with us right now. We have Gosport, UK, Philadelphia, Stone Mountain, Georgia. That sounds interesting too. Connecticut, Los Angeles. Who else? Melbourne, Australia, that's right. Palo Alto, California, Minnesota. More Canadians joining us. Yes, Holland, beautiful. So just in your mind, imagine this network of people, of live streams, of beacons of light right now being around the globe. New York, Weed, California, which is our neighbor town. San Clemente. Yeah, more people from San Francisco. So we have an incredible network of people who are all just like you. We're all like-minded people from all over the world joining us here today in this now moment. If you join us live or if you join us later and watching it, we are everywhere. Someone said it right now. We're everywhere. Oh yeah, and we're more and more. Michigan. Okay. So I think it's now time to create sacred space for this wonderful experience that the Palladian Syrian Arcturian Council of Light has planned for us here today. This is going to be really beautiful. I have seen actually a craft last night, again, when I was getting ready to go to bed last night, and in the corner of my eye, I looked out into the window, and there it was another light ship. And it just kept signaling me to tell me, we're here, we're ready to go. We can't wait for everybody to join us now. So it's really awesome. We have more people from England joining us, and from Cali, from Huntington Beach in California. So I would invite everybody now to relax and to just lean back perhaps and put your hand on your heart center breathe and just close your eyes. We now invite, with all our heart, with all our love, the presence of all the angels and archangels, especially Archangel Michael. We invite all the Ascended Masters, all our families and friends in Tellus, beloved Adama of Tellus, we invite all our galactic families of the light who are with us. We invite the animal kingdom, the crystal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and all those who walk with us and watch over us. And may this workshop tonight be of the highest light, the highest love, the highest wisdom, the highest healing, the highest activation, the highest joy, and the highest good of all that is. So be it. All right, everybody, open your eyes, please. So, in today's workshop, we will be talking about our DNA and what our DNA actually does, and the different functions, and what we're about to experience. And in the first hour, we will also have a sacred geometry meditation to begin to raise our vibrational frequencies and to prepare our auric field for this very powerful activation that will then take place in the second hour through the Palladian, Sirian, and Arcturian Council of Light. But first, I would love to hear from you, and to just, if you would be so kind and type in the chat box, what is the most important thing you would like to take away from this workshop here tonight? What are you looking forward to experience here tonight? So I'm going to give you a moment, because there's always a delay until I can see your chats. What would be the most important thing for you tonight, and what are you excited and looking forward to tonight's workshop? So just type it in. So this workshop is all about our DNA, and I'm pretty sure that you all have heard about the DNA. Maybe you have heard in school about it, at least the basics, how much actually the DNA is responsible for how we're functioning. It is the blueprint for everything. It is the blueprint for all living things, basically. And it is able to store information, codes, energy, memories, that can actually be passed down from generation to generation. Not only physical traits, but also emotional memories can be passed down from generation to generation. And so now we are going to activate our 2 strands of DNA into the 12 strands of DNA. All right, so I have like a lot of chats coming in right now, and I will begin to read them out loud so that we can just set the vibrational tone for this workshop here tonight. Boy, they come in really fast now. Okay, I'm just gonna start because it's really good to just take the pulse here where we all are. So, health and clearer connection. Increase of my psychic abilities, greater connection with myself and higher self and galactic family, connecting deeper with my true higher self, Open up my intuition and clairvoyant self. Accelerate DNA transformation. Experience that what brings a fully activated DNA. Okay, if possible, to get rid of my past fears and learn about my mission. Activation of all possible DNA strands to have a deeper meditative state. More ease and flow in life. Ah, there's somebody from Denmark joining us. Welcome. Raising my vibration to enable me to meditate more effectively and to develop a stronger connection with my galactic family and my guides. Heal body is a good one too, yep. Clarity in connection with galactic family. Being all that I can be. I always love that. I love that. It's a really nice mantra. Health and joy. Accessing gifts. All kinds of gifts, I suppose. Higher frequency, please. Yes, please. What else we have? My self-love, self-worth, confidence is much higher than it is now, stays high. Join more with my galactic family. Joy in our heartfelt oneness and activation of my 12 strands of DNA. Health and beauty. Okay, activation of my DNA to be able to open communication to my guides and higher self. Yeah, you guys, you already pretty much know what you can expect from this powerful DNA activation. And let's see if I can add on anything more. What definitely will increase, and then you kind of mentioned it here, about self-love, but it's really in general also about the capacity for love that will increase, as love is at the base of all creation, of what you wish to create in your life. So when the moment the experience or reality is filled with love, it's just awesome all around. It's all good. Also, you will be able to experience collaborations with others of the highest light. You will be able to attract actually people in your life who are of a higher vibration as well. And all of a sudden, we are not going this path alone anymore. We are all connecting more and more to the oneness of us all. Just like the way we are connecting here tonight, for example. We are all in this together right now, and we're sharing together, and we're connecting, and we become one consciousness. And so what happens is there are connections being formed, and which can lead in general to really powerful collaborations, as we all have our mission in some way. We have a life's purpose. And it's really good to understand that you're not meant to walk this path alone by yourself. Because we are all awakening right now to it, and this whole planet, in order to ascend a whole planet, it takes actually the combined effort of us all. Also, you will be able to actually, with that process, as you now go forward through the coming days, weeks, months, and years, you will be able to receive advanced technologies, tools, healing modalities, techniques. As we are all raising our awareness, our vibrational frequencies, we are getting ready to receive these new healing modalities, self-healing modalities also. But what is part of this DNA activation also is that you will kind of like awaken and activate the self-healing abilities of every cell in your body. So the moment something is out of balance in a cell, it immediately recognizes it and goes right away into a restorative program. So this is part of this activation as well. Another thing is, and you mentioned it also, that you will be able to connect to your inner star portal and to your inner star knowledge. So, what else do we have? You also will be able to access the infinite wisdom and intelligence of Source. So, this comes in really handy no matter what it is that you're doing. So, what happens is, as you go through life, you have your higher self definitely guiding you, but then there is also, then above that, so to speak, or at a higher level, is of course Source, and that wisdom of that allows you to even get an even bigger picture of what you're doing, what you need to know. And sometimes when you want to help somebody, it's really good to tap into that wisdom too. And also, as I was preparing now for this workshop too, I asked, of course, the Council of Light, short for Palladian, Sirian, Arcturian Council of Light. I asked, so what else can we expect from this DNA activation? And there is, the answer was, you will experience a lot now, but later in the coming weeks, you will actually discover more and more things that you might not even understand right now. So with it comes, with this activation comes also a bigger capacity to understand highly evolved concepts. The bigger capacity to understand and to comprehend where we are going. I mean, we are evolving now rapidly. And so this activation is kind of like a very important thing for us so that we can comprehend what is actually taking place. And with this comprehension will come more abilities of our psychic abilities, of our intuition, of our clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, all of the clairs, okay? All this will really be amplified. And what they told me too is that we will be able to defy time and space. So it is more and more possible for us to actually understand time as something very fluid. Our experience of time is changing and becomes more fluid, and so it does with space. That means when we are trying to move forward in time, for example, if there is a certain event, like, for example, this workshop here tonight, right? From the time you signed up to the time you're sitting here right now, when you look back, it probably moved pretty fast if you think about it. At least that was my time experience. It was like, it's like nothing, like a blink of an eye, basically, when I recorded the first video to tell you about the workshop to right now. It's like, wow, it was like yesterday that I recorded this video and told you all about it. And bam, here we are. So yes, somebody just tells me that the dogs are acting up and that the energies are really getting strong. Yes, guys. And so I apologize also for any technical difficulties, because sometimes that comes with the higher energies too. Our equipment is trying to keep up with the energies too, but we're all good right now. So what I really wanted to throw out there, because I wasn't able to mention that when I actually talk about the workshop before, is defying time and space. And that allows us to create worlds really rapidly and fast, and the world we want to create. So reality is very fluid, and when we know how to actually work with time and space, that is a very powerful thing, and that allows us to really create incredible worlds. It allows us to create our reality exactly the way we want it. And we're only being given this ability according to the level of our vibrational frequencies. And when our vibrational frequencies are high enough, and love-based enough for the highest good of all, then we get more power. Okay, so it's proportional to that, because all the orchestrating forces, okay, the angels, the ascended masters, the inner earth civilizations of light, the galactic beings of light, and of course Source, this is a huge undertaking, right? And they are measuring each individual's vibrational frequency, how much love is actually within us right now, and are we ready to receive a little bit more power to create more reality, and that we are more in control of that. So the more we are filling ourselves with love and are understanding the concept of oneness, and how a thought, an emotion affects everything around us. One thought, it's like the wings of the butterfly move on one side of the planet, and the other side of the planet is getting a huge wave. So understanding more and more of the oneness will allow us to become more love-based, more oneness-based, more unity-based, and more interested on the highest good of all, okay? And when we practice that a lot, we receive even more abilities, more power. I don't like to call it power, but ability to work with time and space, because that is actually the only thing that stands between us and fully living in the higher dimensions. And that component of time and space, this ability is within our DNA, within our dormant 10 strands of DNA. This one piece, working with time and space. Okay, so that is a very powerful piece that everybody will receive today according to their level of vibrational frequency and love frequency. Yes? I just saw somebody is joining us from India. Welcome. How beautiful. All right, so I as I was talking right now, there were like a whole bunch of comments, and I really want to read them so that whoever's watching this later can also see how people right now are experiencing this information, okay? Okay, one is saying, I can feel the energy lifting right now. Wow. I started crying when we created Sacred Space. So happy to connect with you all. Nice. And then somebody says, when I thought about the workshop and signed up, started with electricity and heat in my hands and being the observer. Yes. Somebody asked, I hope the activations are permanent. Yes. There's no going back. There's actually only a going up. So you will receive today the level of activation that is appropriate for your individual energy field and for your individual physical body and your emotional body and your auric field. It will step you up one so that you are capable of processing it too. Because otherwise, if it would be like too strong, like at once, you would basically transition into the non-physical, which is not the plan for many of you. So many of you have decided, you know what? We want to try this grand experiment of ascending into the higher dimensions while we remain in our physical vehicles. So your higher self tonight, and always actually, is in charge of how much activation you will receive here tonight, okay? What else? Somebody says, wow, all she's saying is like a dream come true. Yeah, you are already in that dream. Okay, another question is here. Is it necessary to have taken all the previous workshops for this work? Is it just for those who are more evolved? I am more newly awakening. You are in the right place at the right time, dear one. it is recommended to go through the other workshops, as each workshop will raise your vibrational frequencies and strengthen your connection. However, each workshop is actually complete within itself and addresses a different area of life and of our spiritual journey. So when you later on, when you go back and you look at all the different workshops that are available, all the different levels, I have subtitles or subheadlines for each workshop that describes the topic that we will address in each workshop. So whatever you feel guided to, just, explore it. And your higher self and your heart will tell you exactly what is right for you. But I can tell you, you're in the right place at the right time, and your higher self will make sure that you receive exactly the activation that is right for you. Okay, let me turn this off here. Okay. What else do we have? Yes, I almost forgot, of course, with ascending or with stepping into the higher dimensions, everything becomes easier, right? Because lower dimensions carry resistance and limitation. So what happens when resistance and limitations and lack falls away? We experience absolute ease and flow, prosperity, abundance, love, harmony, well-being all around, right? So I wanted to point out too that being an abundant person is part of being in these higher vibrational frequencies, because abundance is just energy. And the more you allow for energy to flow, good energies, love, friends, health, well-being, ideas, creativity, part of that is also prosperity. And so you are then going to step into this river of abundance and prosperity. So I wanted to mention that as well, because that is all part of stepping into the higher dimensions where ease and flow prevails. What else? It would be nice to access the Akashic records too. Yes, the later on, the Akashic records is a whole different subject, of course, a big subject. But yes, this activation here will allow you to access the Akashic records easier. The Akashic records are kind of a tool to scroll or to go through the different timelines and lifetimes that you've been in, past, present, parallel, and future. And just, it's kind of like a record-keeping mechanism of memories. And so you can then basically access the Akashic records and just get information, and you can then change your future, because you can make a choice. You can say, you know what, I'm going to withdraw my energy from this reality in the future, and I'd rather give it to that reality in the future. So you're always in charge. I think that's... okay, another question here. Nice question, thank you. It's, if we watch the workshop again in the future, does it upgrade your abilities or power as you continue to raise your vibration and love? Yes, indeed. Good question. Yes, this activation here is the first activation. And I recommend strongly that you go back to this particular activation on a regular basis as you're guided, okay? When you feel like, I think I could use another boost now again. And then your higher self will allow you to receive the next activation to step it up again. Your body will adjust to it, and the cells will adjust to it. And then you do the next and the next. This is kind of like a really great engine to get you into the higher dimensions. So this is, you can go back to more and more and more. And so you will activate your 12 strands of DNA more and more each time you are going through this activation. And that is why I'm processing this workshop, meaning I have the full recording of the workshop for you, but I also have the meditations separate for you. So you can, at any time, you can watch or listen to a meditation whenever you need it. So you don't have to go through the whole workshop. So. Okay. And of course, the connection to our galactic families of light, to galactic civilizations of light, is a big part of it. Because guess what? one of the dormant strands of DNA is our galactic DNA. And that means that we are actually all seeded or created. The DNA that is within us is galactic. It came from the stars. And we just think we're human and we're earthlings, but we're not. We're actually also galactic beings. And it is just still very dormant. In our perception, we think we're human. Many of us wake up to that knowing now, hey, wait a minute, I don't think I'm from here, really. I'm just in this weird vehicle here. It's called a body, but actually we're all from the stars. And when we are activating this one dormant strand of DNA, that will allow you to truly recognize where you are from originally, who is your galactic family of light, even more. This is part of the work, of course, through all the workshops, but this particular activation really will open your eyes to your own heritage, to your lineage, and to your inner star knowledge. So when you then meditate after this activation and you put your focus on, you want to explore your inner star knowledge, where you are from, and when you want to even visit this planet or star system or planetary system, wherever it is you're from, put your intent into this meditation that you are going there, and you look around and you are then also exploring this knowledge that is within you. Maybe it doesn't even need a meditation. Maybe you just sit down and start writing. Okay, so this is a big part of this activation as well. And so for a moment, I'd like you to imagine in your auric field that is like a bubble around you. Let me go a little bit deeper like this so I'm still in the frame. So if this is your auric field around you, in this auric field, there are several star portals, okay, already in there, and they are dormant, which will then be active through this activation. And what does it mean? That means that you then have a direct line to your galactic lineage, to galactic beings of light, to galactic civilizations of light. And so whenever you want to connect, then going forward with your galactic friends, okay, just imagine that those star portals light up. It's kind of like you're dialing a cell phone, and that you then are able to connect with them. And this is an ongoing process. And the more you get adjusted to that, the more tangible they will show up for you. Okay. I just had recently somebody posting it again in the Facebook group, okay, that you all have access to, that somebody had really a big galactic experience again. Ships in the sky, hello. So it is, and they will come closer now within time, the more we get used to that fact that they are with us and that they're around us. Let's see if I have, okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that level. How do we know our level? Can you please give me an indication from 1 to 5, for example? Could you elaborate on that? I don't understand the question. What level? So somebody just confirms, thank you, Asara. I have always felt like a galactic being and I just didn't know how to get back home. Yes. So what that means, though, at some point you did decide to be here for a very specific purpose. And then we all get to go either back home or remain here in this new awesome ascended earth, in this new earth. So you have different possibilities there, but it might be more clarifying for you to know that you are actually galactic, and that it all of a sudden makes all sense, okay, that some of you might have not felt quite at home here on this planet. Not sure what you guys mean by level, what level you know. What do you mean by level? Do you mean dimension? Do you mean, I don't know what level you mean. Please elaborate in the chat box. I want to make sure I help you guys before we move forward. because this is an important topic to talk about first, to just, to set your intent and to just give you as much information. But once we have used our mind enough, then we're going to have to move into our hearts to actually receive this activation, which I will do a meditation. I think it is Yvonne who needs to clarify her question. What level you mean? So if you don't mind, that thinks it's the level of the webinars. Well, the workshop level here is level 8. So there are plenty of other levels to explore. So right now everybody's guessing what level Yvonne meant, but Yvonne, you're going to be the only one who is able to clarify this right now, because now everybody is interested. What level did you mean? And I want to answer this question for you. So please tell us what level you meant with your question, and at what level, because there are different definitions of levels. So you're always so polite, Paul. Since Yvonne is not responding right now, somebody said Yvonne has gone galactic. That is funny. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to move on now, because I can't answer your question if you tell me what it is that you wanted to know. Which means we would go into our first meditation here. I can already see that we might go a little longer tonight, and thankfully everything is going to be recorded, so if you cannot join us for the entire duration, you'll be able to watch it. Yeah, definitely Yvonne has gone galactic. I think she left into the cosmos here. Roland asks, a very good question. Can the Galactics assist me in my business? I need a good mentor in my business. Roland, I'd like you to email me on my website, okay, to where the contact us button is. I actually do offer mentoring for spiritual business owners by working with their galactic team of light, angels, and ascended masters. So drop me a line and later on the website, okay? All right, what else? So there's another interesting question here. Your contribution depends on your frequency, but how do you know your frequency and what you can do at that frequency? I think I can make this really easy for you here with this question. Remain in your heart with that, because the more you try to analyze what frequency you were at, the more you remain in your mind. However, the higher dimensions operate in our heart. Okay, so it's very simple. Remain in your heart, remain in your joy and love. And as you go through life, your contribution becomes bigger. The more love-based your contribution is to the world, to humanity, to people that you work with, to your friends, family, loved ones, the more you build it on love, the bigger your contribution is. I hope that answered your question, okay? Because you don't want to get too much into your head with that. So Yvonne came back, but it's still not very clear. Sarah, can you please explain how to know our own individual levels? What kind of levels, Yvonne? What kind of individual level do you mean? I hope you're not trying to compare yourself to others, because sometimes I get questions like that. Which level am I and at which level are others? That I hope is not your concern, because that is a very, that's not a high dimensional thinking. And I think we don't want to get too much into analyzing where we are with our vibration, because thankfully our higher self actually is taking care of that, okay? So does that clarify it for you a little bit more? So levels, vibrational levels, you can just tell the better you feel throughout the day, okay? And when the hills and valleys are fairly smooth, okay? Only once in a while you get like a little bit of a dip and then you're easily coming out of it, then you already know that you are in a higher vibrational level. We always have here and there sometimes a little bit of contrast, just so that we can create something better. But overall, I do not encourage you to analyze your individual level too much, your vibrational level. I'm just guessing here that this is what you meant, okay? Yeah, so there's a beautiful saying here from one of you guys: we are all exactly where we need to be at this point in time. You hit it on the head. So so somebody says, this is the first time ever I heard the teachings coming through you, Asara, and I'm so grateful. Things are so resonating and I'm in agreement. Yes, thank you. Okay, Ivan, thank you for clarifying. If we are all at different levels of vibration, how do we know which level we are? The activation will be done according to each vibrational scale level. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. So your individual higher self will adjust the activation for you, okay? The Palladian, Sirian, Arcturian Council of Light will come in and will facilitate this activation. However, your higher self is in charge of that, because only your higher self actually knows your individual vibrational frequency. And I really would like to stay away from the word level, because there's all kinds of associations with that. I mean, some people feel, oh, I'm not far enough with my level, maybe I'm too far, or, you know, again, too much mind here. What I can say is your higher self will be in charge of this activation for your personal vibrational frequency. Yep, I hope I have clarified this point now. And somebody's guessing perhaps also dimensional, like where we are. Are we in the third dimension, in the fourth dimension, in the fifth dimension, in the sixth dimension, in the seventh dimension? And I'd like to just really quickly mention that too. Right now, because we are evolving so fast right now, and our energy fields are opening up and are ascending, we are actually existing in all these different dimensions. Some people go all the way up to the 15th dimension throughout the day, okay? So we are kind of jumping in and out of different dimensions, okay? And it's actually up to us what we decide to focus our attention on. If we would like to remain in the third dimension, the more you focus on, let's say, lower vibrational experiences, emotions, and thoughts, that holds you more in the lower dimensions. And the more you fill up your day, basically, and your thoughts and emotions with good and uplifting and inspiring and joyful and love-filled thoughts, emotions, and actions, and whatever you are feeding yourself, okay, in whatever it is you're watching, you're listening to, whatever you're talking about, this determines actually where you reside, in which dimension. So it's kind of like a little bit of a puzzle piece that you are experiencing throughout the day. Because in some moments of your day, you are in a very, very high dimension. And in some days, okay, or moments of your day, you are in a lower dimension because you are experiencing, again, lower vibrations. So this is now a process. I'm so excited to talk about it. And forgive me if we're running a little late today, because this is such a huge and exciting topic. And you guys have awesome questions, and I love to answer them for you. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you is that you are right now already going in and out of all these different dimensions throughout your day. And the majority of higher dimensions is happening more and more. So you will less and less experience lower dimensional experiences, and you are experiencing more and more higher dimensional experiences. And so that allows you to actually exist in the higher dimensions while you are in this physical body, okay? Okay, I think we're all ready now to have our little, let me see here how we are in time. All right, so we're 15 minutes in. Okay, how about if we are taking a 10-minute break, and then after the break, we are going to do our sacred geometry meditation to raise our vibrations even higher, and then we jump right in with the DNA activation. How does that sound to you guys? So, because that way we can shift from our mind right now, we have occupied our mind with all this information, and then we can move into our heart, and we don't have to think about all this mind stuff anymore in the next hour. And please confirm with me that you are ready to take a 10-minute break now, okay? Okay, while you confirm with me that you want that break, I have a beautiful comment here. So it's literally up to us to drive this body spaceship into the higher dimensions. Yes, you got it. All right, guys, do not touch your computer. Let it run, okay? I'm going to put the music back on, and I see you all in 10 minutes, okay? So in these 10 minutes, just do whatever you need to do, refresh yourselves, even get some fresh air if you like, so we can now all get settled in and are ready for our wonderful meditation and activation, okay? So don't touch anything, and I see you all in 10 minutes. All right.